Good evening once again. So today my case is about the oral litholytic therapy for uric acid stones, and a small disclaimer and a spoiler that we conducted, I think so, a unique study. So the study was dedicated to the oral chemolysis and the oral dissolution of the Stackhorn uric acid stones. And 49 patients were involved in the study. So at the end of the study, we achieved in 64% we achieved complete dissolution of the Stackhorn stones. So this patient in this case that I present today is one of our cohort. This patient, and this is a 73 years old female with a 5 years history of urolithiasis, no prior specific therapy, and she complained of recurrent dull pain during the last 6 months. So no episodes of renal colic, acute situations, or obstructive pyelonephritis. At the basic baseline diagnostic, which included non-contrast CT scan, 2 stones were identified in the right kidney. So first stone is a Stackhorn stone, the maximum size of which was 4 centimeters, and the overall volume was about 5 cubic centimeters. So the second stone was much smaller and with a maximum size less than 1 centimeters. The stone density was below 550 Hounsfield unit, which along with the relatively low urine pH level strongly suggests uric acid composition. So according to the protocol of the study, the sodium potassium citrate mixture was administered, and the oral dissolution started. So we asked patients to titrate these mixtures in order to maintain the target level of urine pH. Patients were tracking 3 times daily their pH levels. So at by the end of the first month, we achieved quite remarkable results. So the total volume reduction of the Stackhorn stone was about 60%, and it shrank and debulked down to 2.5 cubic centimeters. So this was already a great achievement, and here I would like to emphasize. So this solution miracle, which I call the pharmacological surgery, because the effect is so prominent, and it is also good because if you can achieve these kinds of results of the certain degree, you, even if we're just like assume the patients by the end of the first month change his mind and he reject to prolong and to proceed with this oral dissolution therapy. So even though you can switch to a less invasive surgical option, because at the very beginning, before the treatment, the patient was the candidate for the PCNL. So now you can see by the end of the first month, he's a good candidate for RIRS. But however, in this case, we carried on with our treatment, and by the end of the 6th month, we achieved a reduction by 98%, and only a tiny residual fragment, measured 8 millimeters left. You can see it on the CT scan. So the prolonged therapy allowed us to, completely eliminate and render the patient stone-free. So in this case, I would like to emphasize the importance of the chemical dissolutions and the possibility to treat also Stackhorn stones, because the polls that we've conducted in Russia showed us that many Russian urologists from Russia, they don't believe, and they stick to this therapy, the oral dissolutions, only if the if the size of the stone is not above 1.5 centimeters. So we would like to emphasize and to prove that this is also possible to treat the Stockhorn stones and so on. So thank you. I would like to discuss this case with the experts panel.